So, okay, I'm back. Good morning, good morning. Um, Words of encouragement and thought this morning. It's 5:53 where I'm at. I'm decided to be a break. I'm going to make sure I try to incorporate every time I do break to at least walk around my truck. Walk around my truck, try to get some step in, and make sure that there's no blown out tires, none of my flood mats are missing, and just make sure I don't hear no audible leaks, no tear or wear inside my tires. So just check in, just like you would normally do your car, just to make sure. Like I said, I had a blowout yesterday while we was driving. My husband had a blowout, and he seen in his rearview mirror that, hey, I got a blowout going on. So it's good to stay on top of checking out your tires. Now, we always kind of like dropping hook. So to be honest, we never really have the same trailer all the time. As you can see, we have a new trailer, and lately we've been doing the same dedicated run. But there's always a loaded trailer waiting on us when we drop off and pick up. So there's no telling, but we always have it's good to inspect these trailers because, like I said, you never know who was driving the trailer, and you know, I would think that because the U.S. Postal runs that the yard, we have like a yard man will check around on all their trailers to make sure that the tires are good, especially when they're pulling off in the U.S. Postal run. I feel like I'm not sure about it, but I just feel like when you do a U.S. postal run, because people want their packages, or they want their packages in time, I feel like they should have like a yard man that particularly truck. I mean, check all trailers to make sure that the tires are good, that the mud flaps are on. So when we do pick up these loads, we don't have blowouts on the road. Like I say, you never know what can happen as you driving these runs and doing these drop and hooks. But like I said, last couple months I have been doing U.S. Postal Run, which is a good thing because I'm able to get in, good little breaks, not a long 24 to 48 hours if you were going from East Coast to West Coast. So you kind of get your little break in. You won't really be just overly drained. So with these loads, I do like dedicated lane, and I like how me and my partner can rotate. Might do five, might do six. You do the other four. Like we able to just rotate on a dedicated lane without getting so tired, or like it's draining. So a dedicated lane also. Good morning, good morning. A dedicated lane also specifically could be normally when you be like, hey, I want a dedicated lane, and they mostly they try to give it to solo runs. But because we were a great company, we have a great company going on. They kind of like to tend to their driver's needs, whatever it may take. And basically, I tell them, hey, I want to go be able to see my daughter and my granddaughter from time to time at this route that I'm doing. So give me the opportunity to have a dedicated lane. And they kept me on this dedicated lane from like Dallas, Texas to Georgia, or Dallas, Texas to Florida, which is good because I'm from Florida. I'm able to see my family in Florida. And I'm also able to go see my daughter in Houston. So it's this like this lane definitely works out good for me and my family. This is why I love it. And at the same time, it's still like a over the road, like definitely like an over the road lane because you're still getting the over the road money, which that's what I love. Instead of doing all the way East Coast, West Coast, and I say that means you might be coming from Florida going to California. And I used to do that. I used to do that lane. I loved it because, like I said, I was still able to see my daughter in Houston, still able to see my family in Florida. But when you get a good dedicated lane, and it's um, not overworking you or not draining you, you definitely can get your money worth for the buck. You're just going back and forth, doing like 11 hours, 12-hour drive. You and your partner can split it 11, 12 hours and still be able to have like you don't even really have to do a 30 for a reset because when one time kick in, you're able to like might do a 28, might do a 28-hour sit. You don't really have to do a 34 sit, 24 hours at the most, but it works out. It definitely works out. Like I said, just want to double check, make sure everything's good. Once everything's good, you good to go. How you doing? Good morning. But other than that, dedicated lane where is that? If you're able to get a dedicated lane, stick with it, keep it going. Like I said, drop your hook. Most of the time, we always switch trailers, so it's a good thing. When you're able to switch trailers, double check the trailer before you even pull off to make sure you don't have a blowout. You barely, knock on wood, you never really break down. Thank God for the company. They have good equipment, great equipment, and they always have you in rotation of making sure you get your truck checked every now and then where you ain't got to sit and wait. So, no, it's definitely, you know what? Since I've been driving, the lane that I go, I don't see no lot losers, so you don't have to worry about that. You definitely don't. I know I haven't, and I've been driving almost 6 years. I never got to see, a chance to see any lot losers. Thank God, no one's never knocked on my truck. A lot of my co-drivers or people that I do know that have been driving, they did say that I had a few episodes. Maybe because I'm a female, and when I drive or when I'm in the front, I don't get that. So, to be honest, most of the time I get a lot of trucking men that would probably try to hit on me or something because I am out here. But thank God I'm with my partner, my husband. So I don't have those problems. So I definitely don't have those problems. Get in, always get hold, make sure you hold yourself. That way you don't fall in the truck. Like I said, other than that, I said I was going to start back doing my little steps or whatever. And walk around the truck, double check the truck just to make sure I can get some steps in. Uh, it always when you're doing your brake, you can clean out your truck, blow it out, straighten it up, get things organized. That's what I tend to do when I am on my break as well. Real and adjusting myself. Definitely, like I say, it's definitely a good thing for a dedicated lane. If I didn't have a dedicated lane, I would get bored or will get drained and stressed out to the point where I'm like, forget it, I don't want to work no more. And I have had those episodes, and I'm sure you know other people be like they get tired, but you got some people that love what they're doing when they're driving and so forth. But I feel like so far throughout my journey of being a truck driver, the dedicated lane is where it's at for me. 11, 12-hour shifts. Me and my partner can split that. So, I mean, if you got good energy, I might do the whole 10. He only have an hour left to do. That's what it's all about when you are a semi-trucking couple. Because when you're a semi-trucking couple as a family, that's my husband. I've been with him 18 years, almost 19 years, and we've been driving together almost 4 years. So when you able to build a relationship was two incomes coming in one household, you able to buy, have fun, explore, and still be able to take care of your family. It's all to the good, all to the God. So with that being said, we make it work. And it's just a blessing. So yeah, I decided to come on here and bring y'all with me from a preacher. Every time when it's certain time frame, I do like to get go live when I do get out the truck just for protection because it is dangerous out here. Hello, how you doing, Jeanette? It is kind of dangerous out here, especially like my husband. He's in the back, he's tired, he's sleepy. So when I get out to do the trash or just check around the surroundings, I love to go live with you guys. Like I say, for protection for me to make sure nothing don't happen to me while I'm out here because it is a dangerous world out here. You never know. I don't be I make sure I have something close by me to protect myself if something was to go wrong. Also, I have y'all. I go live with you guys. And it's just like I say, just you just have fun doing it. If you are interested in being a truck driver, I would tell you don't let no one discourage you. Go for it. It's all about what you want to do. Don't let nobody dictate you from doing something that you want to do or even experience. Or just like I said, just even just getting that other certification, which is your CDL. Don't be afraid. Just take chances, take action, do it scared. And like I said, for you to be like, hey, you drive a big truck. A lot of people do be scared. I gotta admit, hey, when you sign up, you be scared, but once you get the rhythm and start going to school, you get excited about it. Definitely get excited about it. I don't want to make too much noise because my husband is sleeping in the back. But before I pull off, I got about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna take my vitamins. Um, some pointers that I would tell you is yeah, have your vitamins, energy drinks, your coffee if you need to, fruit, nuts, um, water. We always keep cases of water, bottles of water, in case we need to wash our hands. If I don't want to go far out, I do use bottles of water to wash my hand. A lot of people like bottles of water. Sometimes when I get ice and if it melt, I use that water to wash my hands and things like that. There, just having a system while you're out here is key. But yeah, definitely B12 vitamins for energy. I like to take all my little vitamins, but right now I'm taking B12 for my metabolism. Take two of these a day. Then my multivitamin. I don't know why it's so hard sometimes to get in these. My multivitamin, two of these. My elderberry, anything that I'm lacking, I do this system. That way I can get my vitamin and get all my little health, immune system, and benefits. Now, I don't take this every day, but as you can see, I'm out. Only got two. I am going to take these two. But zinc, I feel like you need something for your immune system to make sure. Because when you go into different states or different cities or different locations or different truck stops, you do have to get out a lot, like get pump fuel, going in the stores, using the stools, taking showers. I still feel like you still should wear masks. And yeah, I feel like you still should protect yourself with a good immune system. Well, other than that, I done took all my vitamins for this morning. I got to worry about that. I'm going straight. I'm about what 4 hours and 10 minutes away from my drop off. And then once I drop off this load, I get to head home and go to my daughter and my granddaughter. So I'm ready for the push it to the limit. I'm gonna use this to put my seeds in. The sunflower seed. If I decide to eat the sunflower seed, I got this container. Um, I know a lot of people don't like energy drinks, but I definitely like these or either Celsius for less sugar. But I don't feel like stopping. Had already fueled up last night, and I don't feel like stopping to get some coffee. So I had bought these energy drinks to finish out my shift. Like I said, it's better to rack up on your energy drinks from Walmart or something like that there versus you going inside the truck stop to purchase them. But if you accumulate your rewards points, or if you build up a lot of your rewards points from getting fuel and stuff, it pays for your energy drinks. It also pays for showers, etc. So it helps out a lot. Like I said, once you learn the system out here, you'll be good to go. You'll be excited about driving. Like I said, if you are thinking about driving, don't let nobody stop you. And like I say, even if you just getting the certification and getting the experience, hey, if you don't like it, try something else. But when you're able to build, get a trade along your journey of life, like I say, you just never know. You might think you're gonna be doing what you're doing for the rest of your life, but life be life, and then everything switches up. Because here I am today, 43 years old, been licensed almost 6 years. I would have never thought I'd be driving no trucks because I always did hair. I still keep my cosmetology license active, but just in case, I thought I was gonna be a hairstylist for the rest of my life, and things didn't work out the way it's planned. Oh yeah, y'all know I got to put the waist train when I started driving because it definitely protects my back, but it also keeps it snatched. But I don't have it too tight because I know it'd be like, oh, you gonna squeeze your organs. I don't have it too tight, just enough that my back is being protected, and I'm sitting for long period hours. So I always have some cushion. I always have something extra cushion to protect my butt because your girl got some cushion back there. But and I always have extra things to adjust while I'm driving. So yeah, my time done kicked in, and I'm finna hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back, no. Oh no, 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 no. Hit the road, Jack. So today is the first, y'all. 4th of July this week. My grandma's birthday is on the 4th. She passed away 2014. So every year it'd be a sad moment, but it still be also a happy time that I get to celebrate with my granddaughter and just love on my family. So yeah, it's time to ride. Definitely time to ride out. Like I said, I got about 4.5 more hours to get to my drop. Once I get to my drop, which is a good thing, we gonna turn up for the week. See, look at I don't think she's a lot lizard. I just think that she does drive or she's with her significant other. Somebody say, hey, is it lot lizards out here? Nah, she's a truck driver. Wherever she walking to, look, wherever she walking to, it look like she had on hard steel toe boots. Which that don't matter because I wear slides. Hell, if I can wear heels while I'm driving, I wear heels while I'm driving because I'm with my man and I love to still make that spunk. I still like to dress up while I'm on the truck. I still like to look good while I'm on the truck for my husband. Right now I'm in my do rag because your girl switch it up all the time. Yeah, like I said, y'all haven't seen me in a while, but your girl do her big one from time to time. Look good for my husband. I got on that jet. It's all right. About 4, 5 years old. But yeah, for me, when I drive trucks, it's to be myself. This doesn't consider a job to me. This consider me just driving back and forth to and from a destination, dropping up, picking up, and making money every week and being able to explore different cities, different states. This is what this is for me and my husband. It's just driving. I drove all my life doing what I was doing, so it just feels normal to me. But yeah, like I say, when you is out here driving, you do tend to miss your family. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like it's a lot of things that my granddaughter is 4 years old. She's in gymnastics now, so I definitely want to, don't miss none of her gymnastics. So I'm trying to work around the area of what I want to do next. So, like I said, it could be getting your CDL. Um, you make money while you get out here, but learn how to invest your money when you're out here and learn how to save your money when you're out here. So, oh, I'm driving a semi truck. A semi truck. It's a semi truck. It's a Volvo, 2024 Volvo. Nice. See, Volvo is luxury. Freightliner is okay. I drove a Freightliner. I just don't like. I don't like the Freightliners that got a little small air pocket on the left. I like the Freightliners that got both windows on each side. Especially as a team driver, if you get the one with the air hole on the side, that's for a solo driver. So you know with the Freightliner, you want to get the DD16, but you also want to make sure you have both sides with the windows so you can let down the windows. I promise you. Having that one little air hole, it be hot. It just all depends on what kind of what are you doing, drop the hook, whatever the case may be. Other than that, brake liners are cool or whatever because, like they say, it's easy for them to be getting fixed on and easy to find parts for, from what I was told. Um, but for as Volvo luxury wise, if you were the company, oh yeah, you definitely want to get into a brake liner. My go to thing with trucks, I never was able to drive a Kenworth, but a Kenworth is luxury as well. Kenworth, I drove a Peterbilt, but it was an older model Peterbilt. It was big and roomy. Um, it was big and roomy. It was a manual. It was all right, but for as a team driver, but I haven't drove Peterbilt in so long. That's when I first got out of school. First got out of school, gonna get with a company. When I started, they had a lot of manual trucks. But as you start driving, you're gonna be like, once you start driving an automatic truck, I don't care what nobody say. They be like rookie or whatever. Nah. Once you drive an automatic truck, you're gonna be hooked. You ain't gonna even want to even do no shifting or none of that. I don't care what nobody say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't care what nobody say. When you start that automatic, hey, it's like cruise control. You chilling, you vibing. You can just chill. It's not overworking yourself. It's not hurting your leg with the clutch and all that. So that's what I love about an automatic. I'm not gonna lie. I love a Volvo. I would love to drive a Kenworth, a newer model Kenworth. I just seen the newer model Kenworths. Oh man, I'm talking about nice. I'm talking about in it. I would love to get in one of them. But other than that, Volvo's been my go-to. Volvo's been my go-to with as long as you got the windows that let down on both sides. That's a good truck. Other than that, you guys, I'm excited about this week. Yeah, I'm definitely excited about this week. Uh, whatever you're going through in life, um, just pray about it and don't give up. And I always say, call on God. He might not be there where you need him, but he'll be there right on time. And just don't lose faith of that because everybody going through something. Everybody going through something in life. Life is life, and I'm just here to tell you, don't give up. Just continue to try to be focused. It's okay to cry, but lift yourself back up after you cry. Always stay smiling. Like that's one thing I always want. I always love to smile. I always love to be happy. And I always like to talk things through. So even with your significant other, a person to be like, how do you do it? Or being with somebody on the truck for every day. I say, well, it's the same thing as in a relationship. If you got a good relationship and you love being with your partner, and you love the partner that you have, it'll work out. Yeah, you might get tired of your partner, or you might be a little frustrated with your partner. But me, like I say, everybody in a relationship not perfect, but it's worth it in the end. And if you're able to communicate, you'll be okay. If you're able to talk about certain things, if you're frustrated, hey, I'm frustrated, I don't want to talk right now, you just talk about it. Tell your person the things you like, the things you don't like, and see how can y'all correct certain things. You'll be good. But for me, it's fun. He's like my best friend. We like I said, we have fun. I'm 43 years old. We still young in our eyes. We still young, so we able to do whatever we want, live how we want. and explore life. So it's amazing to be doing this. Will I be doing this forever? No, I'm not gonna never say never, but if he enjoys doing it, he might still be doing it. What I want to do next, God will prepare me for the next journey. But do I want to just drive trucks for the rest of my life? No. Have I been doing almost 4 or 5? Well, I've been doing almost 6 years, licensed for 6 years. So I said a total of 5 years nonstop. I have been driving almost 5 years. So, like I say, my journey doesn't stop here. I still got more room to grow, more room to build the next level. So, like I say, always keep dreaming, big, dream big, and who knows what's in store for you. But don't be comfortable with where you at. Don't get too comfortable and feel like you're gonna be there for the rest of your life, and don't build nobody else's business. Build your own business, build your own brand, build your own content, and it's gonna take you far. And like I said, y'all have seen my journey. Listen, if y'all scroll all the way down from the beginning, I done had this YouTube channel for almost 13 years, probably more than that, and it was an off and on. I was doing YouTube. If you look back, I was doing YouTube 12, 13 years ago. Sometimes you don't take things serious. But when you start taking things serious, you'll be like, wow, I did this, I've done that over the years. And you can pat yourself on the back. Like I said, if a person try to distract you from doing something that you want to do, then you got to get away from them. You got to separate yourself from the people that don't want to see you happy, the people that don't want to see you successful, or the people that want to see you, don't want to see you grow. So it takes time, but build yourself up, have great confidence, love on yourself, and love the people who love you and that's trying to help you. And that's all that matters. And even if you don't have it, ask God for it. Don't call on man, call on God. I always speak that. I always say that. Um, you're not nowhere near finished. You're not nowhere near finished. So like I say, don't give up. Keep having faith. Keep searching for wisdom, knowledge. Keep growing. Keep reading books to learn more things, and it'll take you really, really far. Good morning. Good morning. Keep a puppy roll. I'm telling you, I'm already. Hey, these rolls on 10 and 20. Ooh, bumpy. When I if you see the truck, man, I also listen. And if I'm not driving, I know a person be like, "Oh, you taking melatonin?" Sometimes you do have to take a melatonin. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I take melatonin gummies when it's time for me to lay down because these roads are very bumpy. But you tend to get used to it. You definitely tend to get used to it throughout your journey. In the beginning, yeah, you go, you got dang these road bumpy. Dang, I can't sleep. Hold on. But you will get used to certain things when you drive. So yes, the roads are bumpy and the roads are shaky, and you got to hold on. Once you master the holding on to your wheel and staying comfortable, you'll be all right. Like I said, you'll be all right. Gonna see a lot of accidents. Pray for the people as you scroll by, just like as if you was on a regular your regular car. You see accidents, just pray for them because there been some bad accidents out here. I done seen a lot of accidents since I have been driving to the point where I done seen trucks off the cliff and you'll be like, nah, I don't think I want to do this no more. But God always have a talent for you. God always prepare you with a gift, and just don't let nothing stop you. Chase your dreams and continue to be yourself. Yeah. How many years have you been driving trucks? Almost. I've been licensed since 2019. I've been licensed since 2019. I did get out here on my own in the beginning. I had my license before my husband. Um, but I had my 2019, and at first when I first came out there, it wasn't all what it seemed. I, just like somebody else, you probably hear the stories. Hey, you ain't gonna be making nothing in the beginning. I was one of those ones where I didn't make that in the beginning. Once I completed trucking school, because of my circumstances, yeah, I had to go to a off the wall trucking company that hired me on right out of school. I didn't get the blessed opportunity that my husband got. because my husband was blessed. I was experienced. They allowed, once he got out of school, to drive with me, and he never looked at a bad chick since he's been driving. So he's been driving almost, well, he's been licensed 4 years, almost 4 years. And he asked me if I get my CDLs, would I come out on the road with him? And that's how I ended up back out here. He got his license. He did what he had needed to do. And I was like, yeah, I didn't tell you I'd come out here. So, yeah, I came out here with him. So, to answer your question, almost 6 years. It's 2025. Right. So, I've been licensed 2019, but straightforward. I've been driving full nonstop for the last 4 years. OTR. And OTR, we love OTR because we go all over different states. But now we have been doing like a dedicated lane, which is good. It's not overworking, it's not tiring, and you're still making OTR money. And we're doing like a dedicated lane, Dallas to Georgia or Dallas to Florida. It's been great. It's been awesome. So yeah, welcome, Shelly. Welcome. So other than that, it's a good thing. Like I say, chase your dreams, chase what you want to do. But it's good to have a trade because you can always come back if you didn't like it 2 years ago. Come back, reinstate. But always remember keep your DOT active and always keep your license updated. And just make sure you don't get in no accidents or get no tickets. Other than that, once you decide that you don't want to drive no more, make sure you keep that DOT active. But boy, I almost slipped up. When I started driving, I didn't know that I have to still renew my DOT. Oh man, they if you don't renew your DLT, they will suspend your license. I'm like way in another state. Like I said, I'm from Florida and I moved to Texas. And when I did that, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go all the way back to Florida renew. I didn't even know my license suspended because I had stopped driving. But once I started, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get this shit active. And that's how I ended up finding out that no matter if you stop driving, you definitely have to keep your DOT active, which is your medical card, to make sure you're able to see, hear. Pretty much it's just like a regular little checkup, like a physical. That's pretty much keeping it active, keeping it on go. Other than that, I would tell a person, hey, I don't want to basically if you saying that you don't want to drive no more, I would say just keep your thing, keep your license active. Whether you want to do the being the do the dump trucks, which is a lot of opportunity for that. Whether you want to do the box trucks, it's still part of a CDL. Just make sure you keep your CDL active. I don't care what nobody says. Because by the time you did 4 weeks of schooling, taking the test, paying all this money for your CDL, and yeah, you done been driving for years, and you done made it this and made that, and you would say, but you done built your business, built your brand. Don't lose them CDLs. Don't just let your CDLs go back to a class B. No, because you don't work hard and you done got your certifications and stuff now. Keep that thing out. You never know who if you decide to go back to it, or if you decide to be a trainer to train people to drive. That like if you say, hey, I don't even want to go on the road no more, whatever. You can train people to drive. You can get paid for that. So, like I say, be smart about it. Keep your own license active. Like I said, I haven't did hair in probably 15 years, but I make sure I keep my cosmetology license active because, hey, them cosmetology license is like a Chase credit card or American Express card. That CDL license is like American Express card. I'm always can make some money in those fields. So yeah, always make sure you keep your stuff active. I love truck driving. I'm on a local route now, but it's good. And that's the thing. I've been looking at some properties, and the area that I'm looking at some properties, I might be end up going local because, like I say, I want to start getting active with my granddaughter. But she's in gymnastics. She's really good at it. She's 4 years old, and I don't want to miss her basketball. I don't want to miss none of her activities. I really want to do those things with her because I did that with my daughter. I only have one daughter. She's grown. She only got one child, so I want to be a part of my granddaughter's life. Like I said, I'm a part of it, but I'm always on the road a lot. So with this dedicated lane, it's definitely a good lane. They can stop and steer, but Most likely, eventually, I'm looking at this property. I most likely will be going local, and also with family situations. If I have to get my other nieces and nephews, that'll help out for me to go local. Because, family come first, and if I have to take on the responsibility, I'm taking care of my other nieces and nephews, which is big. God ain't gonna give me too much I can't handle. But if I had to get my family, I'm gonna end up probably going local, but it's okay. Like I say, when you out here driving trucks, it's about you saving, investing, and putting that money to the side for emergency funds or for helping your family if they ever need you. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's that. Y'all talking about the road bumpy. This road is bumpy. I'm holding on for dear life. I'm holding on. I can real. I'm trying to see what's going on with the rest, but the way it's bumpy, that's why I say 10, 20. If you know, you know 10, 20, 40. All right. I haven't been on 40 in a minute, but 10 and 20. Oh my God. Them roads go crazy. And like I said, they building it and fixing it, but it seems like they taking a long time because these roads, ooh. But like you say, if you know 10 and 20, those are great lanes for a dedicated lane. Like I say, back and forth Texas to Florida or Texas to Georgia. That's a good run. That's a good run if you know you know. I can't believe it because these roads are tough. 4 years good. I love it. Especially if you came right out of school doing local. Now I have 3 children and don't want to. Yeah, that's the thing. My granddaughter 4 years old, and she's the most brilliant, beautifulest thing in the world to me, man. Cause I ain't think like, yeah, my daughter only got one child. I only got one child, So it's like, dang, for me to actually watch her grow, I don't really want to miss too much. I really don't want to miss too much. I really want to see her. Okay, he got scared. That's one thing about David. I don't want to miss. Yeah, I want to definitely see her sit up and hurdle. My goal is, for y'all know the next 4 years, the Olympics gonna be in California. So I'm already preparing to allow her to experience the Olympics in California for 4 years. So I'm already putting money aside for me and her to go to the Olympics. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. So like I said, yeah, 3 children, yeah, you want to be a part of your children's life. I don't care. If a person know, they know like, hey, you don't want to miss out. Because and I've been missing. Well, when she first was born, I got off. Like I was there for her for 6 months straight from the time she was born. I wasn't even working. I was just taking care of her. And I was like, 'cause that was my daughter's first child. And you got to keep in mind, when I had my daughter, I was 15 years old. So you see why I had no more kids, because I had my daughter at an early age. But for me to experience the starting all over, I stayed off work for 6 months to help her just to experience it. It's like when you first have a newborn, yeah, that's like 24 hours. That's like a real job. And yeah, I've been all these women that have all these kids. Well, I feel like one child is hard and the other is a lot. So if you have three, that's beautiful. Like I said, I only had one. I had help. My mom helped me out throughout my journey. But when I see my daughter have her daughter, and what you got to do, making sure the baby breathing, making sure you birth it. Oh Lord, it was like a job, and that's a stressful situation. But I was able to do it for almost like 7 months, and then I ended up moving to Georgia to to start driving trucks with myself together. And so I've been still in her life, but physically I've been on the truck ever since. So you might, like I say, I might take a break once a month, or like I said, I may see her for a couple days. I'll go slide up on them. Because really, when you drive a truck, you can save a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't even enough for me to get rid of my place. I got rid of my place and been on the truck. And I've been running it up on the truck, me and my husband. And if we want to get a hotel, we hotel. But sorry about that. Somebody was calling. But yeah, you're able to run it up. My stuff is storage. Hey, y'all already know what time of day it is. I'm gonna let you go because I know my niece gonna keep blowing me. She's gonna keep calling me. You on your own. You know what? The beauty of this, I had to own my own because when I got in, uh, it was just so good with the pay. When you get your experience up, like I say, you've been driving for years, so when you get your experience up, then you decide to like say, you know what? I'm trying to run it up, and I got to think I'm two incomes coming in a week. Me and my husband got our stuff in the store, and we able to run it up these last 2 years. So now I don't even have to own a truck. To be honest, 'cause I'm with a great company. When you with a great company, and it just makes sense. I'm making the money that a person to pretty much that's leasing the truck. I just to go through all that hassle and go through all that situation. Why I can just stay where I'm at for right now, run it up, invest, buy property, and still do this. But eventually, yeah, he wants his own truck. It ain't gonna be nothing for us to get a truck because he debt free. You know what I mean? That's why I said, come out here with a plan, come out with a goal. Don't, use your money wisely and invest when you decide to become a owner operator. Got the funds to not be in debt, So, yeah, to answer your question, no, I don't own anything. Thank God, knock on wood, knock on the sky. God been blessing me and my husband. So, I've been just saving up, hey, maneuvering, making sure my daughter and my granddaughter straight. So when I'm able to come to her house and do what I need to, so I be blessing because I ain't got to do too much. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you these words. When you wanna talk to your situation and you got a good spouse, a good significant other, you go for it and y'all build together. And that's what it's all about, building together. So for me to be 43 years old, debt free, investments, real estate, I'm proud of myself. A person be like, hey, you got your dream home? Yeah, it ain't about the dream, it's about the investment. You get a dream home later, but it's about the investment and the opportunity. Because guess what? When you're ready to retire, you got that retirement on the back end. So be smart, be humble, and be blessed. I love you guys. And I'm out. If you don't know who I am, I'm Miss Dollar. Chef Hayden today. Semi trucking couple, been together almost 19 years, almost 4 years driving together. Love you guys, and I'm